From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And here we go from L.A. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Nick starting with a pass. Forced out to his right. He's running with it. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at midfield. They pick.
Partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Escapes the pocket. He's out in the clear. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
From the red zone now. He's on the move. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
More discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open or risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Nix. Dump off caught by his back. Touchdown, Denver. Blake Groupie to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Bruce Sanders that time on the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Second and 6 now. Chased out to his right. Cuffs, this is Xavier Leggett. He's touchdown after a nice pickup there to get the 1st.
You know what I like about that kick? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First and 10, it's Hubbard. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 44 here on second down. He puts him. He's got it inside the 10. He makes it in for the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams finish off their opening drive. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. It's Nix out of the pistol. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Higgins makes the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Quick slant complete. It's a Denver touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. This drive will begin with Hubbard. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. To the house, touchdown LA. The Rams cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Chuba Hubbard with the touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams tie things up at 14. Carty has it all teed up and ready to send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Knicks off the play action. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Knicks with it on 1st. Caught, nice gain left side. And he gets it, touchdown Denver! The Broncos just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. T. Higgins the touchdown. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So before they can... Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have 2nd and pretty long here. Running right. Here's Hubbard. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
3rd down run by Hubbard. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. He gets 2 out of it, but it's going to be 4th down.
Well, Kate, that's a white flag waving if I've ever seen one. I'm not sure I saw any avenue with that run play that was going to result in a 1st down. It felt more like the coordinator saying, well, you earned that call by the mishaps on 1st and 2nd down.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. And he's in a real tough spot for his first kick. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Broncos get set to take over. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Here's a give up the middle, and he gets a few on the plunge forward.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Play action with Nix. Got his target, it's Higgins. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he's touchdown about 5 yards shy of that first down marker.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Here's Nix to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. A.M.P able to make the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. And it's the Broncos with a 3rd and 3. They'll throw again. Nix. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down. Looks like he got into the 27. He gets 6 on that play. And the Broncos will have a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Nix from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far. The rookie from Michigan, there that time.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Throwing the out route complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
One final shot before halftime. He's got it. Touchdown, Denver. It is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one splits the uprights. And the Broncos double their lead to 14. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Hubbard on the give. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Trying to get outside with Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Legette's got it. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Now looking to throw. That's the first down, and he's still going. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Throwing from near his own goal line. That's caught for the first. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Shotgun snap to Nix. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. This is the end of the third quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a two-score game to begin the fourth. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On the move, headed right. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
You know, that may have been a situation when you look back on it, he watches the tape the next day, and he's got to find a way to throw the ball because his running ability, while it gets him some yards, is not enough to get the first down.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Put the body on the line for his team. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Denver.
From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos make it a 3-score game in the fourth.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Groupie's extra point is good. And the Broncos stretch their lead to 21.
35. Rams 14.
Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. From his own end zone, here we go. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Up the middle, Hubbard. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll try and throw it here. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a give to Hubbard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Fakes the handoff, now to throw. He's going deep this time. And this is intercepted. Talanoa Hufanga makes the play. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup, you got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Broncos close to picking up their 5th win. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Searches from... Again he's under pressure and he goes down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
First sack, wobbled the cart. This one, I think, sent it off the rails entirely. Taking the L on each of the first 2 plays leaves this offense looking at a very unlikely 3rd down pickup.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. To throw, here's Nix. He puts some power on a deep one. They connect on the deep shot. And he'll be touchdown after a big play. So the big play moves him well past midfield. Has him set up now at the 35. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Buys time, rolling right. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Has it down close. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
So it's a win for the Broncos. And with the start they had in that 1st quarter, Bronk, it is no surprise to see them come away with a victory at the end. They really did all they could to put this out of reach early. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Broncos are winners.